working out well. Oh man, Cool K going for the run. There's Bricks right there. If they get taken out, we have a chance at second. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Wreckfest. Oh yeah, that's right. We are diving back into the career championships and, of course, the Pro Internationals where we left off last session. That's right. I am your host with the most, TheChronicToast, aka Sir Crashlot, according to my player level rating here within Wreckfest. Let's take a look at what we're going to be diving on into today. Are we going to be working on some of these other challenges? Maybe, possibly in a future episode, but right now we are going to be taking a look at Folk Racing Series, the International Tour. 8 race events for a total possible of 800 points. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, 8 races. That is 2 more than we have handled before on any other episode. So buckle up, buckle in. It's going to be a wild ride. So as we go and dive into the International Tour, it is 8 races, potentially 8 additional bonus objectives. The restrictions are B class for American, European, and Japanese, as it were. And so we will be selecting a B class car. I'm pretty stoked about this. The Folk Racing season takes a tour around international tracks for more challenging racing and even harder crashes, with only the most adept and daring drivers making it over the finish line. So I'm pretty stoked about this. This will give us a much-needed boost and hopefully put us halfway through our career in the Pro International Series, where we can finally get into that last career series. So what are we working with here? Norfolk Ring should be pretty cool. Half gravel, half tarmac. Looks like we're going to be dealing with a full-size grid of 24 in addition to some mixed racing series. So what do we got for a car? What do we want to dive into? What do we want to tackle for this adventure? So I think for this, we are going to be diving in and selecting the Rammer RS. Just off screen, we went and upgraded this as much as possible as we could. As a rating of 221, which is not too bad. That's pretty much near the max you can get for a B-class car, and I think that'll work out just fine. So ladies and gentlemen, let's dive on into the Norfolk Ring main circuit. I'm pretty stoked about this. This is a fun little bit of a rhythm track. It's a little technical. If you're not careful, it can catch you out, so it is something to work through. Standings-wise, again, we got some good competition here. Difficulty, as always, is going to be on custom, automatic, half off, half, and expert. I find that the AI difficulty, if it's set on anything other than the hardest, one, they do a few boneheaded maneuvers, but 2, it just gets a little bit too easy. The tune on this particular car is going to be a bit more on the stiff side, focusing a bit more on the race car style. That is the Rammer RS. Gear ratio is a little bit shorter, so our top speed isn't as high, but we have good acceleration. Differential is basically a limited slip differential, almost fully locked in the rear brake. Balance is, of course, to the rear to make sure the car can turn. So without further ado, let's dive on in. Oh man, here it is. Punch it. Well, there we go. Off to the races we are. A nice tight left-hand corner. Always chaos here on this track. Oh boy, again, we're not necessarily trying to use other cars to turn or brake, but Felix up there getting some karma going back their way. Tried to do that to us, but we are making it through, and we will definitely not be afraid to rub and race and to spin a few cars out. We've kind of made the determination here for this racing series, and when we get to that final next tier up for racing, then we'll definitely be doing follow-on in maneuvers, breaking through the construction barrier there, working around the tires, and trying to get some track position. We are definitely in a position where our car is a little bit underpowered, underperforming on this track. Fingers crossed we can make it work here in this racing circuit there. This Rammer RS is decent, but it just does not turn. It does not have the best acceleration out of these corners with the current setup we've got onto this particular vehicle. We are currently in 6 out of 24. Again, we have 8 races to go, so we're giving it all we've got. And we're hoping as long as we are near the front, more often than not, within the top 5 as a goal, as a target, that we will be more consistent with than the enemy, the Op 4, the AI, the racers, whatever you want to call them, depending on your choice of game and where you're coming from. So the goal is, of course, to just be more consistent than the competition. That is the phraseology that we are looking for, and we will do what we can to make that the case. Cool K up here is just all over the place. Now, this is a weird situation here because the finish line is right there, right? And so, normally, if you're just trying to work your... Oh my gosh, Goose for all. It is crazy. It is crazy through here. A lot of we're gonna get spun around. Oh no. So much for. Oh, we're gonna get hit. Yep. Oh, so much for a good finish in there in the last lap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a big, big, deep hole to get ourselves dug out of. Not great. Not great. The competition in this series here, one little misstep, one little mess up, and it is all over. That is bad. Bad news bears. 14th out of 24. Oh, holy crap. And again, pizza. Oh gosh, why? Why are we? Oh, this is bad. This is probably the worst I've ever finished out of anything in the career series so far. We're just getting driven all the way through. 18th out of 24. That was a pretty bad finish and across the line. Oh my dear goodness. Golly gee whiz. Ladies and gents, I don't even think we got points. I'm afraid we didn't even get points for that. Oh, wow. That was bad. That was really, really bad. Oh, not just once, not just twice, but 3 times we got spun around, smashed on up. We're going to take a look at the standings to see how deep of a hole we have to climb our way out of this. It's not going to be good. 100 points up there. The Bulldog, of course, up front. Where are we at down here? 5 points. 5 points. Oh, man. Oh, boy. We have what we call here a bit of a problem. We are 95 points off the lead. And coming in from last place, we are only 4 points up in terms of total points. We have a highly rated car, but apparently it is not quite going to be enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now taking a look at the second out of 8 races with a huge amount of points that we need to make up. We're looking at the Furwood Moto Center Short Circuit Reverse. Mostly tarmac, but a little bit of gravel, not too shabby. Again, the full grid size in a single heat. Now, you have noticed that our car has gone up a few points to 224 on the class chassis. We took a little bit of our prize money, about 350 credits, to make sure we got our air filter upgraded a little bit, something we could easily do here at the track. Hopefully, it's going to give us a little bit extra boost in performance. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. I have a feeling, ladies and gentlemen, that we are in a situation that might not necessarily be the most beneficial. So we're going to do what we can. We're going to fight all the way through this series as much as possible that we can do. And the goal is, of course, to not get spun out. That was really what kind of sent us back from like the top 5, top 7, all the way back to near the rear of the pack. So fingers crossed. We'll see what we can do. Here we go. Give it some revs. We're mid-pack right here. Here we go. Lots of little nimbly-bimbly cars here. Oh, man Kid is in the way, slowing everybody down. A nice, sharp left-hand corner here. There we go, cutting underneath there. Trying to get a boost. We have the horsepower. Sharp corner. Give it a little bit of a slide, and power on out. We are in first place, pulling a little bit on some of our competition. Now, again, if we can just get ourselves here in the top 5, top 7 position, I think we'll be pretty happy. I'll be happy in the top 15, but unfortunately, with racing like that right there through that corner, that's not beneficial very much for us. But it's just 3 laps. Here we go into the lap 1 being completed. Words are a little bit hard, and again, I apologize. My voice is a little bit scratchy, a little bit pop rock-ish. Got a little bit of a rough throat going on right here. Voice is going out on me a little bit, but we're going to get through this racing series. I've been dying to get into this. I've been dying to get this completed, and I'm really excited to see if we can pull back the comeback of all time if we are lucky. We've got this right there, that extra 0.1 in acceleration rating from 6.9 to 7.0. I'm feeling it. I can guarantee this car is definitely picking up a little bit faster. No additional settings have been changed. The AI is still very, very much set up. This track is just flowing very well for our car right now, which is very, very exciting. A little bit wide right there as you go over the spot, get a little bit of air. Rear wheels get a little bit light, kick it around with e-brake. Here we go, power on down, finding your way through gear 4 into gear 5, trying to get through this rhythm section. Don't cut the corner too much, but cut it just enough. There we go, and onto the brakes, a little bit wide, hit the e-brake, pop it, feather the throttle. We goose that corner, not good. Felix, oh gosh, rear end, that's where the power is up in the air, not being put down. Felix is trying to catch up, but ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten ourselves a win, 100 points to add to the 5 that we had previous. So the big question is for our competition, this puts us back on the board. Let's put us guaranteed up near the front of the pack. But how many other points are out there? Where did everyone else finish? How much do we have to continue digging to reassert our dominance here in this series? Let's take a gander. Let's take a look. Hey, we got a brush guard for the car we have right now. That's pretty cool. But I am digging the stock bumper. Anytime you upgrade to the brush guards or anything else like that, add extra structure, it does slow your car's performance down. So we are focusing on race car status because race car. Where are we at in the standings? We have, with that performance, 18th and first, bumped ourselves up to 4th place. You can see there that Pendle went 2nd and 3rd. Felix went 5 and 2, and USF before us went 3 and 5. Down below us, oh man, Bricks down there went from 1st to 24th. And just like that, that's how fast your fortunes can swing. Now, if we continue to be somewhat consistent, we will slowly get closer and closer and closer to the front. We are 45 points behind, which means, if we finish more than 15 places ahead of Pendle, we can make that up in one race, more or less, based on where we're at with a single race here in this series. But anything less than that, it's going to be an adventure, and it's probably going to take most of the series to claw our way back. But for race number 3, we have Pine Hills Raceway main circuit. It is, again, half and half tarmac and gravel. Pretty cool, full-size grid, single heat. Let's dive on in. Oh, man, I'm excited. This is a fun track. Now, there are some technical challenges with this track, depending on how you can get through the corners, where you want to slow down. Different cars have different lines that do contradict each other. They do go into conflict. So we'll see what we can do to make it work. And of course, 112, punch it right there. Oh yeah, lightning strike, 75, weld shut. What else do we have on this car? I don't know, but it makes sense. Let's dive on in, ladies and gentlemen. Give it a few revs. Let's watch these rear wheels spin up. There it is, and we're hooking it up, and we are gone. Oh yeah. A big, sharp right-hand corner up here. This is going to be a little bit of an event. Oh no! Oh no, I misread the track. Oh, and just like that, we're back in 23rd. Oh man, for some reason I thought we were going to be doing a big giant hairpin there. And we just got our rear end hooked, and around we went. These little tiny cars are so nimbly bimbly. We again have put ourselves in a bad position by misreading the track, misreading our competition. And watch out for that hammerhead trying to hook that right rear. These drivers are very aggressive. Just like we said that we would go in here and not be afraid to pit maneuver people and spin them around. Well, they are doing that to us. Oh my gosh, just all over the place. I'm a little bit surprised that these little cars have enough weight to them to actually kick us and our car all the way around. They just love hooking that rear end and just spinning themselves out. Holy wow. Ladies and gents, it is definitely an adventure. Look at that side up there, just completely smashed. So the right side looks pretty darn good, all things considered. The left side, I have concerns. Burp the throttle a little bit here, tap the brake to get the front end to set and turn. There we go. This is what we want to do. There is no hairpin here. We were struggling to find the words before. Hit the brakes a little bit, work ourselves around. Watch out for that rock on the inside there. And here we go. Zipping, zapping, zooping, and all the way down here to the right-hand corner. I always struggle with this. How much do I cut it over? How much do I feather that throttle? We're doing pretty good there, but I feel like we're always going to be losing a little bit of a line. The hammerhead just got kicked out right to the far side. Oh, man. Door slamming us as it comes back onto the track. Well, there goes our right front wheel being all damaged, but the bodywork looks to be generally intact. Burp the throttle, get the front end to set. Here we go, and around the right-hand side again. Just tap that brake to get that front end to set. Here we go, pedal on down. 9th place, based on what we had happen to us, not the end of the world. That's okay. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that as we go into this last lap that we're going to catch up and gain a few more positions. We'll see how brave we really want to be. I would be happy just to hold on to the positions that we have right here. Here we go, tap the brakes, get the rear end to set. Watch out for that rock on the inside hidden by the bush. You do not want to hit that. You'll be going for a ride. As we are catching up to Menak, we have run into this driver before in some previous adventures. There we go. A little bit of a door slam. It's all right. There it is. Bada bing, bada boom. Working our way around. Oh, we misread that. We did not get the suspension to set very well on there. And unfortunately, we lost some time. I'm not sure if we can make the pass, but we got 4 cars up here that we would desperately... Oh, we got very lucky there. We cut that rock a little bit too close. Coming on the inside there, hit the brake, feather, 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 and throttle down. Here it is, here it is. Can we get this working through? Get that set sliding up into USF. Oh gosh, did not mean to door slam me there. We're going to push Goose out of the way. Oh, what a finish. 5th place. That's pretty impressive for coming back all the way to 23rd. Whew, I'll take it. And we had the fastest lap, 56.003. It looks like that was just about half a second faster, maybe a little bit more than the first place finish up there with Felix. Not too shabby. Good thing we got a bunch of extra body panels and damage does not go from one race to the next. That was pretty crazy. Ladies and gents, we are making tracks as we go into the 4th race. Where are we at with the standings? We have bumped ourselves up to 3rd. We are losing ground, unfortunately, to Felix, who has had a really good set of finishes. 5, 2, and 1. Man, they are almost about 75 points, almost 100 points ahead of us. If we're not too careful, we're going to lose ground on that. So Felix up there with a 232 rated Boomer, and Pendle down there with the Hammerhead with a 202 rating. I think we can catch up to Pendle. We'll see how the rest of the series goes here to catch up to Felix. Going into this 4th race with Northland Raceway Outer Route Reverse, about 60% gravel, 40% tarmac, single heat grid size 24. Let's get stuck on in and see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm excited. This should be a lot of fun. This is another good track. We got to watch out there. You can see that big sharp corner. That is going to catch us out. That's going to cause some problems, but I think we can make it functional and work. Here we go. Rev it up, and go. All those nibbly-bibbly cars back there. We got to watch out for these cars. They just love hooking our quarter panels. Into the brakes a little bit, going around the corner. Oh man, Cyrus, they just love pushing you straight into the outside walls. I mean, that is the banger race style way. Master up there just trying to wreck us, spinning themselves out instead. We're going to get up here. We just got to get through these sections without too much chaos and hassle. Cyrus back there bullying their way back around. Hook that inside there. You can see that the road dips down into a slight ditch. You can get a little bit of traction when you hook your tires over into that. It does help get your car around that corner a little bit faster. But again, this is a mess. This is a mess. Oh my gosh. Got to watch out for our rear end there. We're going to go over the hill slightly to the left. There it is. Jumping over into Crash Dummy. Oh gosh. Smashing us off the course. That was almost really bad. Sharp right-hand corner here onto tarmac. There it is. A little bit of traction. And want to watch out for the trees and the rocks on the outside. That'll definitely catch you out there. That is a bad situation to be in. And this right here is going to be a sharp left-hand corner. We don't want to get our back end hooked there. We've learned that lesson, I hope. Even if it means slowing down through that corner, that would just be very rough to get spun around and lose all of those spots in position. See, Bricks is in first place up there. They've had one first place finish already, but we haven't seen them on the leaderboard since. I know the second race, they finished in dead last. We have seen Cool K before. Slow down here, tap the brake. Oh, a little bit too hot, but we managed to just keep it on the dirt. Going around that corner, not too bad. Now this corner always usually catches me out a little bit, so I'm going to tap the brake, and I'm going to tap it again. Try to catch that ditch. There it is. Try to do that again over here, watching out for the signs. Those will slow you down the first time they get destroyed. Going in a little bit too fast, catching Cool K on the backside. Not what the goal was, but they were in the wrong position and the wrong time for them, but the right one for us. There they go. They tried to spin us out, and they got themselves spun around as well. We're getting wise to some of these pit maneuvers. Does not mean that we are invincible to it, but we are aware that is a thing that is going on. Now again, we slowed down a little bit too much for this. That's unfortunate. Oh, wow. Someone lost a rear wheel up there, a front wheel. And Dr. Danger Noodle getting in there, overcorrected a little bit there, trying to slam the door on us, and we unfortunately did not let that happen. We put our foot in and managed to keep a hold onto our 5th place position as we go into the final lap, slowing down a little bit there. Here we go onto the tarmac around this corner, and we just got to watch out for this left-hand corner up here coming off of the dirt. Target's real light right here, and so your braking power due to friction, the way that equation works in physics, does not benefit you when your car is going upwards and not applying all that pressure downwards onto the tires, aka friction. Oh baby, here we go. We are chasing MCE. Oh, we went way too fast. Oh, there's Cyrus bullying their way in. Spend a little bit too much time talking about what we were going to do rather than actually doing it. Now, Cyrus is a little bit of a bully here on this track. Now, we don't know, he, her, not really sure, but they have been making a good habit of bullying their way in through all of these adventures, all of these situations. And that little tiny car right there is not a very, very nice driver, that is for sure. But they are doing what they got to do to win, and they're going to take this position away from us because of our unfortunate lack of due diligence with what we were doing. But our car does look a lot better this time around. A 6th place finish is okay. That'll be something that I think we can handle. We didn't get spun around. Things worked out well. Unfortunately, Felix again took over 1st place. Bricks went down to 3rd. Craver the Greatest into 2nd. MCE Corver, who we almost had, and Cyrus took that position away. That's unfortunate. That's a lot of points that we just lost out there, getting bumped out of the top 5. Felix is probably over 100 points now at this point in front of us, or pretty close to it, which is one full race if they finish 24th and we finish 1st. So what does that mean for us? Well, we're going to take a look at the standings. Felix has 333. We have taken over 2nd place, and from the previous owner that was there, MCE Corvin is catching up, only 20 points behind us, but we are 130 places. We are 1.3 races behind from Felix. Multiple 1st places and a 2nd place there. They've done really, really, really good. Even if we had finished in the top 5 for our 1st race instead of 18th, we would still be behind. But we're going to see what we can do. We're going to the Thin Cross Circuit, main circuit. 64% tarmac, 36% gravel. I'm not very hopeful about this one. This is going to be a tough track for us and our car setup to work well on. The smaller cars are going to do very, very good on this scenario, on this track. So we're going to see if we can hold on to a podium finish for top 3. We'll see what happens. So let's dive on in, ladies and gentlemen. Rev it up, let the wheel spin, and let's go. Oh, yeah. This is going to be a track that really does favor the short wheelbase cars, and we're going to see what we can do. Again, they cut the corner, they slam it on in. We're not going to necessarily drive through people. That's not our goal, but we are not going to take it timidly either. If they want to close the door on us as we go through the corners, we're going to hold our ground and see what we can do. Words are hard. This is very, very technical. This is where we're going to lose it, possibly. Oh, man. Not quite sure what happened there. But we're doing all right. Both of these Bulldogs up here, these are solid, solid cars. Oh, man. Bricks is doing some stuff up there. Dr. Danger Noodle, which is an awesome name, by the way. Oh, not an awesome driver, being very, very cruel and mean. Goose for all smashing into us. Oh, man. I don't know what I was supposed to do there. I'm on the outside, and they kind of decided to take our spot for us. The Hammerheads, again, these are rear-wheel drive cars that are very rear-end happy. Both of them off the track thanks to that rammer up there. Dr. Danger Noodle, given what he got. Oh, boy. We went a little hot into this corner, but we're doing okay. Dr. Danger Noodle barely hanging on to her. MS up there. Yeah, that's for points. We're going to get a rear end here. Probably kicked around. Unfortunately, there it is. We're doing okay. Oh, we don't want to go too wide there because the cars are going to drive through us. I'm trying to narrate this as best as I can, ladies and gents, and this is a very, very technical adventure right now. Trying to get this car to handle well and trying to catch up and, again, not get spun around too hardcore. The key here is to really dime that corner, try to get both of those corners to line up into a single apex. I found is the fastest way around that. It's a lot easier said than done. Again, we made a huge meal out of that, sticking on the tarmac as much as we can to just really try to get as much traction as we go through here. Very, very briefly tapping the e-brake just to get the car to pivot. We can catch up to this Hammerhead. I think we can get around him, but I think we're going to cross the finish line here in 3rd, which is pretty darn good. We have ourselves a situation where for the first time we have, other than that 2nd race, we have managed to make sure Felix was behind us. We might have just brought this back in to maybe a 100-point race. Craver the Greatest up there with a 35.183 time. Holy cow, that is very, very fast. That is 2 seconds faster than us. Wow, that's a pretty good lap time right there. Got ourselves a full cage for the Killer BS, which is pretty awesome. Pretty excited about that. So the question is, where are we at with the standings? We are again in 2nd place, but we have narrowed the gap to 105 points with 3 races to go. Well, ladies and gents, I think we're going to be a strong contender for 2nd place. We have been pulling on bricks here in the third place, and MC Corvin has fallen back further back. But you can see Craver up there is pulling up again. They're not going to be able to get up there and take first place away. But again, two 23rd place finishes, and then a second and a first place. I mean, once you're back in the pack, the points can be pretty brutal. But of course, here for our sixth race in the series, Rosenheim Raceway Main Circuit Reverse, 60% gravel, 40% tarmac, grid size 24, single heat. Let's dive on in. I think this is going to be okay. The big question is going to be, how are we going to handle the Joker lap, the little tiny section that you can take for Joker laps if you're taking normal cross rally racing. I forget what the actual terminology is called. Rallycross, I think, is what it is. But in the meantime, we're going to have to figure out which one we want to take. I think we're going to try our hand at staying on the tarmac. Maybe. It really depends on how well this car hooks up. These corners right through here are always a mess. Oh, man, MS port back end getting kicked around. Really don't want that to be our fate, but we're going to do what we can. MSC Corbin is fighting for position back there, trying to run us off the road. Goose for All was definitely our rival last time around. Definitely not someone you want to mess with. Tap the brake, get the front end to set. Oh, wow. Lots of damage. Tire sail. Let's get up for next time. And brakes, pivot. Oh, wow. USF trying to wreck us off the course. Felix, what are you... Oh, Felix. Why? Oh, man. We were doing so good. I guess we're taking the dirt path here just to get around. Felix not playing nice. Running us up to a spot where we couldn't even get over the track. We were just locked out of it. Tap the brakes so we don't slam the outside wall too hard. There it is, onto the inside, and into inside here of Cool K, if we can. Player W3 is not having it. They're trying to block us from getting forward, trying to run us off the road. Cool K into us. Boy, it is just chaos. It is chaos out here, chat. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have run across this particular amount of ferocity with these little tiny cars, especially here on this style of a track, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be very curious to know how you dealt with it and kind of what you did to work through it. I guess we're going, yep, we are going this way. Cars going everywhere. Oh boy, absolute chaos. We're trying to get into the top 10. We were doing pretty darn good until we had really bad stuff happen. I can only hope that Felix is somewhere behind us, though I have my doubts. We'll see. Pizza Ost out there on the outside. We're fighting them for position, trying to get up here again. Again, there is Goose for All up above. Pretty cool name. That is definitely a mean driver. I don't know if that's the truth. I'm already forgetting where we were before. USF, we know, has tried to run us off the road before a time or two. Trying to hook this car left. We don't want to get above that retaining wall on the outside. That was bad. We probably should have just kept on going, but we didn't think about it at the time. Here we go. Oh, man, kid, what are you doing? We got to go, buddy. We got to go. We got to go. We're getting caught here in all this traffic. We've lost a wheel. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not good. We just need to cross the finish line first. That's what we got to do. There it is. I think we just ended somebody. So we ended somebody's race. We got in the top 10, 9th place position. What an absolute mess. Of course, Felix was third. Craver the Greatest was second. Another good finish. And MCE Corvin as well, who are racing position 4, ended up there in 4th. Wow. That was a tough crowd. This racing is getting pretty tough and brutal. Not gonna lie. We did get ourselves up to level 77, which is pretty darn cool. So where are we at in standings? We are still here in second place, but Craver the Greatest is clawing their way up towards us. They are only 18 points behind with 2 races left to go. And I would dare say that Felix is, unless they completely crash out, we are not going to eclipse their position in first place. It's just not going to happen. We are 1.45 races behind with 2 races left to go. That's assuming they completely crash out in 24th place. So we'll see how it goes. We're diving in here into Clearage Circuit, main circuit. Again, we're going to make the most of this. We're going to see what we can do to make this function for us. And ladies and gents, we'll see what happens. So here we go. Rev it on up. Spin the tires on down. And let's make sure we get to where we got to go without getting run off the track. We're going to kind of thread it through the needle here. Oh gosh, Cool K turning right across our nose. Oh, and Goose for All right off the bat, just completely just wrecking us. Completely, almost entirely out of contention up here. These little short wheelbase cars, I'm impressed with how much they can actually maneuver all these bigger cars up here. What a what a mess. All the chaos. Danger Noodle. All these names. Chap, and ladies and gents, I apologize, but words are hard. There is just so much chaos going on. There's cars everywhere. I'm hoping one of them is Felix. And some of the competition that we're dealing with, lots of pit maneuvering going on. I mean, we said it was fair game. They say it's fair game. We're somehow in 10th place. Here we go, and brake, because you're going to lose a lot of ability to stop when the back end of the front end goes off into the rails up there due to lack of gravity. No, the gravity's always constant. It's the lack of friction. Oh, wow, yard sale for Craver. He is our competition, or she. We're not really sure. I think that is going to be something that I'm really excited about. Oh, we just wrecked somebody. Somebody had a bad day. Pendle over here is someone that we have to keep an eye on as well. Again, the hammerhead showing that the back end is always a little bit lighter than it really needed to be, but it is a really solid car, and you can use that to your advantage if you're really light on the throttle. We are back in 5th place position, doing all right, and slamming the brakes, keeping the wheels on the ground. Here it is, hammer on down, and Pendle is still pretty much behind us. We are some distance away from catching up to our competition, MCE Corbin, up ahead. Fingers crossed they run into lap traffic or debris or something like that. Oh gosh, so much chaos. And we did. I think MCE Corbin was back there. Looks like Bricks took first place. Holy wow. USF is in 2nd place, or 3rd place. We're in 4th. No idea where our competition is, but they're probably up there in 2nd. No, where are they? Ladies and gents, did we get lucky? Oh man, did we get really lucky? Where is our competition? Felix is down here in 19th position. They did not finish. That is a little bit less than what we needed to get the maximum amount of gain on them as we go into the final race. But let me tell you what, that's exciting news. That means we have a slim, better than less slim, of a chance of actually finishing rather well and closing that gap, which is really exciting. So going up here, where are we at? We are unfortunately in 3rd place. Bricks with that 1st place win bumped us out of the running easily. We are 17 points behind. Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, ladies and gents, we are now officially fighting MCE Corbin to maintain our podium finish. We have brought the gap into 95 points to catch up to Felix. If they DNF and we win, we can do it. We're going to see what happens. The final race is going to be the Moston Motor Center main circuit reverse. 3 laps, 24 grid size, single heat. This is not a track that is, again, easily in our favor. So we're going to see if we can't keep tabs on 3rd. If we can finish in advance of MCE Corbin, we've got a good shot. Obviously, in fact, it's going to be guaranteed. The big question is going to be, is it going to be enough? So we're going to dive on in, watch the competition roll, and here we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Ladies and gentlemen, nice short left-hand corner, big traffic jam. I'm full throttle. The cars are just, there's nowhere to go. We don't want to get spun around. We do want to keep our nose going in the direction that we want. I guess we're taking the right-hand side here. It's working out well. Oh man, Cool K going for the run. There's Bricks right there. If they get taken out, we have a chance at 2nd, which is pretty awesome. USF is up there in 4th. Mankid is ahead of us. Pendle here. Again, a pretty dirty racer as it turns out. I was going to say clean racer, but that is apparently no longer the case. Want to keep our wheels here on the tarmac if we can. Going off of the dirt is something that you can do. Obviously, if you run a little wide, but you do not get the forward momentum needed, at least with the car setup that we have here for this. Oh man, car smashing into the outside wall. We're doing all right here. It's very easy, unfortunately, to catch a bumper or a portion of your frame on your vehicle, which is not very good. It is very dangerous, and it will spin you around if you're not careful. We almost had that happen right there. The shorter wheelbase cars are a lot more prone to that, as we've seen in episodes previous, and it's been a problem. Oh, crash dummy getting smashed right there. USF up here. Oh man, Pendle smashing us on the inside. Probably going to try to go for the spin. We are in third. Dr. Danger Noodle and USF up there. I'm not really sure where our competition is. We might have a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, USF spinning down here a little bit too much. Oh boy, get back into the throttle. Whoa, there it is. Rip the throttle, get the car to turn. A little bit more. Stay out. I really don't want to get sandwiched in the wall, especially in the corners here. It's not good. Oh, Dr. Danger Noodle's there. Craver the greatest. That is not good for us. That's definitely a bad situation. Our engine is damaged. We're a little bit down in horsepower. I can feel it. Not really something I really want, but we are on the last lap. Dr. Danger Noodle going into the backside over there. Looks like they crashed themselves out, possibly. But we did manage to get third, which is respectable. We did all right. The big question is going to be, was it enough? Was it enough? I don't think it was. Felix ended up here in 11th. We will maintain at least a minimum of our third place finish, which is really, really exciting. But are we able to maintain into basically get back into second place? Bricks did not finish at all. They only got 5 points. I think we will be good to go. Second place is probably where we finish at the end of this whole adventure, which I'm very, very stoked about. Ladies and gents, look at that car. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Let's just say that was probably the most difficult racing series we have tackled so far in our entire career. 8 races, and we needed all 8 races, and we still finished in second. Now, we did not finish a full race behind Felix. Thankfully, we were able to claw that back, but they were the better car. They were the better racer, and it is what it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we'll be diving into a few other things next time around. Possibly the Demolition Derby, possibly the Diesel and Destruction, and finally, possibly the Hitman of 8, because we do not have anything else unlocked. We're at 890 in our career out of 2,600. And so with that, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sticking around. It's been a little bit of a longer video. It's very much appreciated. And as always, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.